Okay, recording is in progress. Two people enter the waiting room. Eh? People are joining. Timothy, Excel, welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes, Chief. I can. Thank you.
Amazing, well done. This section is being recorded. So
No
so
problem.
yeah. So we are waiting for others. We'll begin exactly by 8 p.m. We're not going to wait for anybody.
Mhm.
Excel, how are you? So cannot join us.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I said I'm good. Thank you very much for the class, sir.
Well done.
I'm waiting to receive value.
It will be amazing.
Yes, sir. You're active.
Okay. Okay, Aishat, welcome. Hadi, welcome. Big
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, it's remaining 2 minutes. Tom, welcome. Tom, can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Yes, yes,
Hola.
yes,
Ademide, welcome. Can you
yes,
hear
yes.
us?
Thank you. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening. I can hear you.
Even, yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
So I hope you're recording, sir.
Okay. Yes, yes. Very good.
Okay.
All right, it's time. This is 8 p.m. West African time. Welcome, welcome everyone. So all of you have already confirmed that you can hear me. First of all, you already know my name. My name is Ebuka Chukwu Ebuka, and it means God is great. And surprisingly, I started trading at the beginning of this year. And if anybody had told me that I would be a trader, that I will do forex trading, I would not have believed it, because I used to criticize trading. My sister started trading 5 years ago, and then I used to see trading as a scam. I thought that it was like sport betting. You know, I didn't know that there was a way it is done. There was an art to it. My elder sister, she was learning trading. My younger sister, she was learning trading. I was starting trading. Before I started trading, I'm a businessman. I have a publishing company, a publishing firm. So I focused on my business. But then something surprising happened. This year, because every year I normally have a theme for the year. For example, my theme for next year is my year of divine multiplication. And it's part of why we are doing what we are doing. And something just entered my mind. We commit this section into the hands of God. Father Lord, thank you for giving us the vision for this. And I pray that I will teach with clarity and everyone will understand it. Father Lord, we give you all the glory in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. All right, so
Amen.
all right. So next year is my year of divine multiplication. However, 2025 was my year of divine abundance. So when I was praying for finance, I really wanted to understand how money works, how to create wealth, how to create more wealth. And God was saying that I need to learn forex trading. I was shocked. I need to learn forex trading. I need to know how to invest in stocks. I need to know finance. I need to know how it works. That if I'm looking for abundance, these are the things that I need to learn. And so I have a brother too. In fact, 3 of my family members, they were trading, and I used to criticize them. My two sisters they were learning forex trading, and my younger brother, last born, was trading synthetics. And the way he was trading, it probably made me to feel like it was gambling, because you enter with big money, come out. He had already lost $5,000. And when I now got the message to learn trading, he was one that told me about SNS, and that was the first time I was hearing about SNS in January this year. And I downloaded SNS, I installed SNS, and he was trading stocks, US stocks on SNS. And he told me the positions to enter. I entered. It turned out that when I entered, I was lucky at that time. The market did an all-time high. And I funded an account with $500. Before I knew it, I was at $1,300. I made over $700. And I withdrew the money immediately. Trump was about to be inaugurated on 24th of January. And people were saying the market will go up. But I said, I have a friend, we agreed that I should withdraw the money because you don't know what the market will do. I withdrew all the money, and that was how I started. I said, let me, instead of going this account, let me invest properly. I used part of the money to buy stocks for long-term US stocks. And then I used the other money to invest in other things. And then I used the remaining amount of money to trade, to start trading. I started with gold, SAUSD. And that was how I started learning. And I've taken mentorship courses. I've learned from Chris, I've learned from Tony Ike, and that is one of the greatest person that I've learned from. Very humble, very unique, and a very talented technical analyst. And before learning from Sabigia. So I already, just like most of you, I already understood market structure. And the issue is, how do you enter a trade? When I was trading gold, I was making money, I was withdrawing, but sometimes I will lose. Sometimes I will lose 3 trades in a row. And I was asking myself, how exactly do you enter the lower time frame? And that was what I was trying to learn. That was what I was trying to find out. And when I finally was able to find it out, you could see what is happening in TS 2.0. The people that are posting profits, when you send them a DM and reach out to them, they will not respond to you. They did the same thing. I was trying to find consistent profits. I sent DM to some people and they did not respond. But somebody was able to respond. And that was when the person told me to read the MNSR book. And that was why I uploaded it in the channel. Read the MNSR book. The secret is there. RBS and SBR. And then the lower time frame entry, SBI. SBI is sweep break inducement. I will talk about that one later. And since that time when I started learning it in September, the last time I had a careless loss was in September. October was profitable. November ended profitable. November ended profitable, and December also ended profitable. Okay, people are joining. Okay, We welcome those. All right. I've admitted those who just wanted to join. Welcome all those who have joined. Welcome all those who have joined. Welcome. So December also became profitable. And this year, because as I was making money from trading, I was also investing long term in stock, and that stock now has over 1,000. I've made my investment is in stock has over $1,400 there, and then from trading, I have more than $1,000 there as well. So it's been amazing. And I said, let me show others what I know so that we can. This is just the first of the many sessions we are going to have so that we can all win together in 2026. All right, we can win together in 2026. So it's going to be amazing. Can you people still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you can hear me. All right. So
Yes.
all right. So let me share my screen so that we'll go to the chat. So what I'm going to teach you is very simple and straightforward. I'm going to show you how to identify the current bias in the market on the 4-hour time frame, and then show you where you should enter a trade. This is what show you what you need to see before you enter a trade, and where you should be expecting to enter a trade, and you see exactly. And then after that, I'm going to give each of you an assignment. There's a okay. Think okay. Can you see my can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So I know a lot of people will be asking, why did I become profitable in 1 year and all of that? Just like Abigail said, it's not about the time in the market, it's about the information you have. Getting access to the right information and putting in the hours. I spent hours, sleepless nights, thousands, hundreds of hours in the chat. Almost every day because I was also married. I'm a married man. So I was putting in the hours. I wanted to figure things out. So that was why I was able to do the work of 5 years in 1 year. I was able to, and what made me to even, apart from my business, to start looking for other sources of income was when I got the worst insult of my life. And in business, of course, you have to keep looking for customers. Digital marketing was changing. If you run Facebook ads for your business, you may no longer get the kind of customers you used to get. And all of those things made me to and trading. If you finally understand trading and master trading, you can just stay in the comfort of your house without asking anybody for money, without begging anybody for money, and you make your own money. And so this was what made me to put in more energy in learning it and understanding the market. And that really helped me. All right, so how do you know the current bias of the market? This is okay, let me even start from this is Euro USD. And I would also like to start, let me see. This is Euro USD. I want to, okay. Which screen, please? Okay, no problem. Let me just start with Euro USD, then we'll go to synthetic. All right. So to be able to know, there are two bias in the market: the general bias of the market, and then the current bias of the market. For example, if the general bias of Euro USD is that it is bullish, but the current bias of Euro USD is that it is bearish. Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So, all right. The issue we are having now is a lot of people are still coming in and Trying to. Hmm? Okay, I want to make somebody a moderator. Mm. Mm-hmm. Go down. A minute. I want to make a moderator. Make host. Yeah. Okay. Trying to. Make video it was messy. Okay. Make host. Does it change it? I hope not. Okay. Right. How is it share screen? Are you sure? This isn't allowed with Hmm? Trying to know how I can, the people that are coming in. Go back to the screen now. You are the host now. Ah. Oh, just teach it. Mm. All right. So people can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see
it. Yes, I think I will just go on and teach. I don't want to start going back to invite anybody. Give everyone the time. All right. So. So. Yes, Stanley, you can see your screen. Trying to. Okay, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Let's know. So that let me see if I can help you out. The screen. The longer I use Zoom. The screen is showing now. From my end. Luis, can you come around? Can you come around? Let me see. This layout. Let me get it. Go to. Okay. All right. Okay, so there is the general bias of the market and there is the current bias of the market. And to know how to enter a trade, to know when to enter a trade, you need to know the current bias of the market. And one of the easiest ways to know the current bias of the market, one of the easiest ways to know the current bias of the market is through RBS and SBR. So what is RBS? RBS means resistance becomes support. And SBR means support becomes resistance. Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
okay, we can hear
All
you.
right.
I think
All right.
your network
All
is
right.
lagging.
All right. All right. Okay. So RBS, in a bullish market, price will expect support. Price will expect support levels, and price does not respect resistance levels, key levels. And in a bearish market, price respects resistance levels and breaks below support levels. So in a bearish market, price keeps breaking below support, but price respects resistance levels. So how do you know the current? So this is, let me mark this. So what is RBS? So let me just give you an example. This is a support zone. So this place is a support zone. Okay, let me go to the. So this place is a support. Okay, let me use this zone. This is a resistance zone. Every time market comes here, price comes here, it sells. Every time price comes here, it sells. Every time price comes here, it sells. But when buyers took control of the market, the same zone that was used for selling, the market used the same zone to buy. So this is RBS, resistance zone becomes support. And why does it happen? Why did it happen? This one happened because buyers took control of the market from sellers. And so the market became bullish. And look at what happened when the market became bullish. It kept buying. It kept disrespecting resistance zones and kept respecting support zones until it got to this high, this current high. And right now, what we are having, what we are seeing now is that market broke this low. So let me mark this so that you see. This one is SBR. Market broke this low. So market was buying, it kept buying, it kept buying. And then it came here and started breaking lows, making this market bearish. It came here and started breaking these lows. And the moment it broke this low, what happened? This support zone became a resistance zone and market started selling. And this EU is going to sell. I'm probably going to sell and come to this FVG. The only indicator you need is this Nifisama indicator that shows you FVG. It's going to come here and come here. In fact, it even needs to retest here, but the immediate place it's coming to is here and then here. So this is from MNSR Mauritian strategy, and it helps you to understand key level in a bigger way, in a very much simple way. All right. Are you guys still hearing me? Is there anyone that's on? Are you hearing me?
Yes, we hear you.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
we can hear you.
On the daily time frame, I like your bias. Of course, on EU you can check monthly, daily. So how do you check the bias? What matters is when the candle breaks above a resistance zone or breaks below a support zone with the body of a candle. Weak does not matter. Weak does not matter. What matters is the body of a candle. The moment, so on the monthly, because monthly is a very big candle. If a particular month closes above with the body of a candle, it means the next month is going to be bullish. If a particular month closes below with the body of a candle, it means the next month is going to be bearish. That price is going to sell. So when you are checking your bias, for example, let's look at EU. This is EU, for example. So on the monthly time frame, EU is massively bullish. EU is massively bullish. It means that in January, EU is going to be bullish. So you could see that EU closed above with the body of a candle. EU has been buying. So in January, EU is going to keep buying. EU is bullish. All right, and then looking at the weekly time frame, the same thing. Here, EU close above the body, and all these things are also RBS. When it close above the body, it close above this resistance, this weekly resistance. So let me mark this, please. So there was a weekly resistance there. A candle closed above it, the body of a candle, and then you have another weekly candle that came back there and tapped it, because now this resistance has become support. This RBS on the weekly time frame close above, and you have this weekly on that close above the body with a body, but this particular week is just range. It is not really defining. And when a weekly candle, it is not clear. When the bias is not clear on the weekly time frame, you keep going down to the lower time frame, but don't go below 4 hours and 2 hours. Don't go below 4 hours and 2 hours. So you come to the daily time frame. Now, this daily time frame wants to close below with the body of a candle. That's why I say currently the current bias of the market is bearish, because now this daily time frame wants to close below with the body of a candle, making EU currently bearish. Making EU currently bearish. And then if you come to 4 hours, you will see that EU is bearish. If you come to, so RBS and SBR helps you to understand the current bias of the market, because there are two things price is doing. Number one is that price is always moving to seek liquidity. Price is always moving to seek liquidity, either at the top or at the bottom. That's number one. Number two is that price is always trying to rebalance and imbalance. Price is always trying to, if there are inefficiencies, maybe there's a place where there's a fair value gap, maybe price is moving and he left a fair value gap, he left an inefficiency, price will later come back to rebalance it. Price will later come back to rebalance it. These are two reasons price move. And as price is doing RBS and SBR, price is seeking liquidity and rebalancing an imbalance. Price is doing these two things. So I'm going to now use, I assume that most of you understand structure. I don't want to start talking about higher highs and higher low. Because I'm now going to now show you guys what I need to see on the 4-hour time frame before I take a trade, and where I take my trade. Most of my trades even happen on 4 hours. And then, of course, if you want to refine it, you go down to lower time frame. We are going to talk about that. But let me show you a simple way to know RBS and SBI. So this is it. You could see that there was a resistance here. I'm looking at can you guys see this zone? Can you see this candle? Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
Amazing. So this is a resistance key level, a resistance zone. You can call it a resistance zone. Market, whenever price came here, it sold. Whenever price came here, it sold. And then the moment a 4-hour candle closed above it with the body of a candle, automatically it became a buy zone. So here, the moment this thing happened, it became RBS. So I'll write RBS here. It became RBS. But the problem that many people have is they want to buy immediately. No, if you buy immediately, you will get hit. You will get, and you should not be looking for buy here. If you buy immediately, you will hit stop. You will hit SL. So price has, when this thing happened, the current market bias became bullish. You could see that this thing that happened stopped the sell. Market was selling. But the moment this thing happens, market started buying. But where will market buy from? So first of all, what I need to see on 4-hour time frame before I enter a trade on the lower time frame, or even start looking for a trade, is this. Let's say that market is selling. I will not enter yet. I want price to either do a close above a resistance zone or close below a support zone. So what I need to see before I enter buy is that a 4-hour candle must close above the resistance zone on 4 hours with the body of a candle. It must close above with the body of a candle. And when it closes above, that's when I start looking for buy. When it closes above, that's when I start looking for buy. So now I will come back to how to enter, where exactly to enter. Now let me show you SBR. So you could see that here in this range, so let me mark this entire range. Market was buying in this range. This is a support zone and a very huge support zone. This is not 1 hour. This is 4 hours. That's why I like 1 hour. This is a huge, that's why I like 4 hours. This is a huge support zone. Every time market comes here, it will buy. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, you can see us.
All right. Every time market comes here, it will buy. Every time market comes here, it will buy. Every time market comes here. What do I need to see before I will now start looking for sell? Before I know that market buyers, the current buyers of the market has changed. I want to see a candle, a red candle that broke the support zone with the body of a candle, not a wick. So this one that did a wick, you could see that when it did that wick, market did not, the buyers did not change. Market still bought. But the moment that a red candle broke below this support zone, the buy stopped immediately. And what you started seeing is a sell. What you started seeing is a sell. So let me mark this. RBS. So RBS, so this means RBS. What does it mean? Resistance. This is SBR. Yeah, sorry, SBR. Yeah, SBR. Yeah. So this one is for SBR. What does it mean? Support becomes resistance. So what is support? What is support becomes resistance? It means that that sellers have taken control of the market from buyers, and that the current market buyers is now sell. That you should no longer be looking for buy in this market. If you look for buy in this market with any strategy, it will fail. What you should be looking for in this market is sell, except until another RBS has happened. You should be looking for sell. And what happened? The moment this happened, market started selling. So remember the other one I mentioned, the RBS. RBS, market was selling here and it closed above with the bottom of a candle. You should be looking for buy. You should be looking for buy. What does RBS mean? Resistance becomes support. It means that buyers have taken control of the market from sellers. And what you should be looking for is buy until this low is taken out. Because this low becomes a protected zone until it's taken out. And look at when it was taken out. Because the current market bias changes from time to time. It is dynamic. But the general market bias is always there. It can last for months. But the current market bias changes from time to time. So now, look at this. SBR. The moment that this red candle closed below with the body of a candle, what happened? Market started selling. The moment that this green candle closed above with the body of a candle, it became RBS again, market started buying. For example, gold is, the general bias of gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. Gold is going to probably get to 5,000 by next year or next 2 years. But yesterday and 2 days ago, the current market bias of gold was bearish. Gold started selling. Sometimes gold will sell. So you should not be looking for a buy then. So you should always know when. So that's why 4 hours is, use 4 hours to mark structure. Use 4 hours to mark structure. Don't use 1 hour. Don't use 1 hour to check RBS, SBR. Don't use 1 hour. Use 4 hours to check it. What happens when it happens on 4 hours? It sticks. There are simple ones. These are where price breaks below a zone. There are simple ones. So let me show you a simple one. Look at the simple one. A simple SBR. A simple SBR is when a 4-hour candle breaks below the low of another 4-hour candle. That one is the simple one. So let me mark this. And that can also give you a trade opportunity. So, and not just that low, but even the lows here. So these lows here. So you could see this 4-hour candle. So even when it, it can still be RBS or SBR, when a 4-hour candle breaks above, clearly breaks above or clearly breaks below, the high or the low of another 4-hour candle. But here it broke the low of this one and then broke the low of all the ones here. Then you should start looking for sell. And the question is, where will you sell from? Where you buy from? So let me show you when it happened also for buy. The same thing happened for buy here. This 4-hour candle, okay. I've used this example. This 4-hour candle, or this one close above, this is a zone. So you can see this is RBS. It did not just close above one candle, it closed above a zone. And you should start looking for. So this is RBS resistance becomes support. You start looking for buy. The question is, where do you buy from? So now that you have seen RBS and SBR, and I know most of you know it, where do you buy from? Where do you sell from? You sell from premium zone. You sell from supply. Supply means premium zone. And you buy from discount zone. You sell from premium zone, you buy from discount zone. And on 4 hours, I'm going to use different pairs, including synthetic, to show you exactly when it happens, where you should enter for sell, even from 4 hours, and where I mean by premium zone and discount zone. Now, for your Fibonacci replacement, this is your setting. This is the setting I want you to have. This is the setting I want you to have. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this setting?
Yeah.
Let me add.
Yeah, we can see it.
Let me add this. There's another setting I want to add. 0. So this is setting I want you to have. So 0.5 is the middle. 0.5 is the middle. 0.5 is the middle. So this is setting I want you to have. So now the premium zone where you should sell from is above 0.5. The premium zone you should sell from is above 0.5. The discount zone you should sell from is below 0.5. I will have added maybe 0.20, but I don't want it to be too much. However, whenever you're marking it, Fibonacci is very correct. Anywhere you use it, as long as it is above or below 0.5, it will still give you exactly. So the premium zone is, so you should buy below 0.5 and you should sell above 0.5. You should buy below 0.5 and you should sell above 0.5. So let me get to it. So all right, so what do I need to see before I enter sell, and where do I need to enter sell? So on EU, look at how the trade played out. EU was buying, and then EU broke this low. EU broke this low. So this is SBR. It means that sellers have taken control of the market from buyers. But the question is, where do you buy? Where do you sell from? You should not be looking for sell. So you should mark the current 4-hour range. So just pay attention. You mark the current 4-hour range. So if I'm to mark the current 4-hour range, this is the current 4-hour range. The high and the low of the range. This is the high of the range. This is the low of the range. This is the candle that broke the low, and it did not come back here, and then it went and did retracement. So you should mark the current 4-hour range. So let's use Fibonacci to mark it. So this is my Fibonacci. You mark the current 4-hour range and stop at the low of the range. So sell when price gets to 0.6. Sell when price gets to 0.6, between 0.6 and 0.7. That's the premium zone. After price has confirmed SBR, there will be a time for question. There will be a time for question later. So sell when price gets to 0.6. Your SL should be at this high, or you should put it at 0.8. But to be safe, put your SL at this high. Also ensure that the process that started the SBR started with a sweep. I want you guys to pay attention because I'm going to show you a lot of examples. Ensure that the process that started the SBR started with a sweep. That is, it means what is showing here is that this space has become a protected zone. Sellers have really taken control. Price is not going to come back here. This space, so this is a CRT candle, a 4-hour CRT candle. What I mean is the 4-hour candle should sweep it with a wick, sweep the wick of the other candle with a wick. Ensure that it's swept with a wick, then mark the range and wait for price to come to 0.6. Wait for price to come to 0.6, and you could see that when it came to 0.6, it started selling. Asterisk, you guys know asterisk. He enters at 0.5. Once this SBR has happened, asterisk will enter at 0.5. But I'm telling you, don't enter at 0.5, enter at 0.6. 0.5 is medium zone. But 0.6, 0.7, these are the premium zone. So you enter at 0.6, 0.7. For gold, enter at 0.7. Only takes the trade when where price came to 0.7. All right, if you are trading SAU USD, only take the ones that when gold came to. So let's continue. So and if you're looking for, let's say for this higher time frame 4-hour entry, if you are looking for a stack of maybe exactly where you should enter, then on 15 minutes, wait for this kind of sweep to happen on 15 minutes, then you enter in this zone. Otherwise, the moment price comes to this zone, you should enter yourself. So let me just continue. Also, EU did it again the next day. So, okay, this. So this one has played out. This one played out. Now another one happened. So this one also price broke this low. So let me mark it. You need to know how to mark range correctly. So I'm going to give a lot of examples so that you will not be confused. Price broke this low again, another low, another SBR. Remember I said that when market is bearish, it will be breaking support. So price is breaking support, but respecting resistance. Price is selling at, if it comes to resistance level, it will sell. So how do you mark it? Look at the high, because we have used this high and the low, and this one has paid. So now this is the new high of the range. So let me mark it with Fibonacci. You need to also know how to use Fibonacci to the low. So I've marked it. Now, you see, I wait for price to come to 0.6, 0.7. So price touched 0.7 of Fibonacci. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right.
we can see it.
So
Yes.
price, yes. So put your stop loss. If you are trading, this is how to pass a profit account. This is how to pass a profit account. You put your SL at the high of the range, and then you target. Yes, let me tell you the target. The target should be the low of the range. The objective target is the low of the range, which is here. The other one, the objective target is low of the range. Of course, you can now target. You can keep going down if you have a much more wider knowledge of where price is going to. But I'm telling you, the objective target is the low of the range, and price have cleared it. Let me also, so we have marked this one, we have marked this one. EU did it again because EU is selling 3 trades in 1 week, in a space of 1 week. EU did it again. And we will come to synthetic as well. EU did it again. Are you seeing it? SBR. Why did I say SBR? It closed below with the body of a candle. 4 hour closed below with the body of a candle. Are you seeing it? Only start looking for sell when 4 hour closed below with the body of a candle. And let me mark. So this is the high, this is the low. And enter only if price comes to 0.6. If it does not come to 0.6, let's say it starts selling for 0.5, leave it, ignore it. Only trade the ones that match to your plan. The setup that match to your plan is the one you trade. So this is the low of that range. This is the high of the range. And what happened? Price came to 0.6. And that's the sell we'll be seeing. Price came to 0.6, and that's the sell we'll be seeing. So let me go down to. Let me show you the one that will shock you. And I also said it must start with a sweep of the previous candle. So look at here. This range, we were all waiting. Everybody was waiting for price to retest here. But look at why price did not retest and why EU started buying. Anytime that you have a 4 hour candle that sweeps with a wick, the other 4 hour candle, that zone has become protected. And then you close above with the body of a candle. So it did RBS here. It broke above with the body of a candle. That's also why in trading you need to be patient. Did RBS here, so you mark your range. Now this is a long range, but we'll see. So since Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, you can see it.
So
This one
that is the
0.7.
range. So this one came to 0.7. That's why I say your SL should be below. So 0.6, 0.7 is where it comes to. This one came to 0, and that was why EU came here. And why does this work? Why does this is MNSR and this is the RBS and SBR that Savige keeps talking about? Why does it work? It was because price is always after price has done RBS or SBR. There is an imbalance that price leaves. There's a fair value gap that price leaves. If you look almost all the places I mark, there's always a fair value gap. So you can see that there's a fair value gap here, and price must mitigate that fair value gap, no matter how long it takes. And price came and mitigated, and then he sold to the new high. He sold to the new high. Let me give you the last example on EU, and we'll go to another pair. The more I give you the example, the more you understand it. I like to teach with practical. I like to teach with practical. This is also it happened here as well. So let me start from here. So first of all,
Sorry, I have a question about that range.
Okay.
The range you marked before. Why did you make the high of the range like up there? Why is it not?
Because that was the high of the range. So let me mark it. So and that's you need to mark range correctly. As long as price has not come to your zone, any movement it makes is still part of the range. As long as as long as price has not come to your zone, any movement it makes is still part of the range.
Okay, because I was wondering why you didn't mark that next high. Why you went all the way up here?
So it kept buying, and finally this is where the buy stopped before the actual reversal started. The real sell started after, and this is also price also doing a protected. There's even another one here. There's a sell on here that formed here. This price also doing a sweep, making this zone protected, and that was where. So it now sold from here and came back to this 0.6 level of this space, and that was where it tapped from.
Okay, thank you.
So So let's mark this one, for example. If it does not, it always works. That's exactly how it. So this is the range. So price broke this low, but you will leave this trade because it did not come to your zone. You want to sell from premium zone. And if you break your rule, one day price will deal with you and you lose all your money. Don't worry, market will always give you opportunity. However, this spread out, but it did not come to your zone. So let's continue.
Hey,
So
that
this
that
Ask
one
a
is
question.
just not.
yes, wait first. Let me mark this. So first of all, what you're looking for is there must be a sweep, because this sweep is liquidity grab. I don't know, Savige talked about liquidity grab. Price always goes to grab liquidity, and after price has grabbed liquidity, price will not come back there again. Price grab liquidity here and broke above with the body of a candle, RBS. So when you see that RBS chart, it's not just 3 candles, it can take days to happen. So price broke above with the body of a candle. And it means that buyers are not in control. But where do you buy? You don't just enter buy immediately. You now mark your range high and range low. This is what you hear when they say range high, range low. So what is my range here and here? So let me mark it.
Can I ask a question?
I will give you opportunity. Don't worry. So this is the range high, and you can see that price came to that 0.6, 0.7 and tapped, and that is EU has been buying since then. Your SL should be below the range, the low of the range. Your SL should be below the low of the range. And okay, so and this is for EU. Let me go to GB. These are favorite GBP USD. Can you see my screen? Can you see this?
Yeah,
Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Please,
So GBP
please,
USD is the same thing. GBP USD is the same thing. GBP USD is currently bearish. Why? So RBS and SBI will help you know. You have to find out which zone is price breaking. If you want to know the current bias of the market, which zone is price breaking? Is it breaking support or is it breaking resistance? If price is breaking resistance, for example, when price was buying, it was breaking resistance, it is bullish. If price is breaking support zones, it is bearish. GBP USD is overall bullish because you can see that is buying on day time frame. You see, you need to come and retest this FVG here. It is overall bullish, but currently the current bias is that GBP USD is bearish. And why did I say so? The same thing that happened on EU also happened here. So let me mark this. This was on 2nd to 23rd December. I kept buying, and then it came here and broke this low. And if we say, maybe there's this candle, let me now put it here. So this is where I did SBR. So you did SBR, you need to now mark the range, the full range, from where it started to where it ended. So let me mark it. Remember I said only take your buy from 0.6 to 0.7. And the lower time frame confirmation, SBI, when we come to that, is even in that zone. That's still that 0.6, 0.7. That price will still give you the SBI, the lower time frame. That's where you should be looking for your lower time frame sell setup, only there. So this one came to 0.8. So you put your SL there. This one came to, first of all, okay. So look at the first thing this one did. He played out, he came to 0.7, 0.6, 0.7, and sold. So the first sale actually happened, he sold. And then it came to 0.8. So your SL is still here, your SL is protected and sold. And why do you have confidence in this? There has been a liquidity grab. Only enter when you see that there's a liquidity grab. What is the liquidity grab? The 4-hour candle swept the 4-hour candle that started the SBR, that started the SBR, swept the bullish candle with the wick. It swept it with a wick. It means price will no longer come there. It has grabbed liquidity. It's going to now grab liquidity at the next unmitigated zone. The next unmitigated POI is this place. And that is the zone that price came to. First of all, it came here. If you are in this trade, you could come out here. But the target is here, and price came here. The target is here, and price came there. So let's come to the buy. Now, what did price do here? like I said, there are simple SBR. Now, this candle close above this one. So this, even when you see something like this, is a simple RBS. It was buying, and then it came here, and then you have this candle that close above this support. So you mark your range. So if I'm to mark the range. So you mark the range. This is the high of the range, the low of the range, and you wait to buy from discount zone, and price came to 0.7, and it's been buying since then. 0.6, 0.7. Your SL should be low at the low of the range. So you need to, first of all, know your structure, know the current structure of the market. Then the next thing you need to know is that you need to know the range, the current range of a 4-hour candle. And the third thing you need to know is you need to know the zone where you should enter the trade, the optimal trade entry, 0.6, 0.7. And that's it, came to 0.7. And where do you put your SL? Your SL should be at the low of the range. And where do you put your TP? Your TP should be at the high of the range, so which is here. And this was when he hit the TP. So it's everywhere on GBP USD. You respect GBP USD. You respect EUR USD. So I hope you guys can still see me. Let's come to our derived trading view. Let's go to derived. Can you see my screen on derived chart?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we can see
can.
us.
And this is why I like Zoom. Yes, you guys can see my screen. This is why I like Zoom. The same thing. What is the current bias of this 25? So how do we find out the current bias? I want to know the level, the zones that this 25 is breaking. Is it on 4 hour? Is it breaking support zones, or is it breaking resistance zone? And I could see here, it broke this support, it broke this low. And even when it came to buy, it did not take away this high. It broke this low, it broke this low, it broke this low. So VIX25, the current bias of VIX25 is sell. So you should be looking for sell on VIX25. And this is my number one pair. This pair and EU are my number one pair. Why do I say this? And this is the best pair on synthetic. You want to trade with me 2025? This should be your pair. This pair respects technical analysis. You respect key levels. You respect technical, even in this December, you respect technical analysis, and I will show you why. So it is currently bearish. It is currently bearish. So let's start with what it has been doing. So when it was buying here, it came here and did a liquidity grab. Exactly what I taught you in EU. Only trade it when it does liquidity grab. The 4-hour candle cleared here with a wick. So you mark your range. So let me mark the range. So this is the high of the range. You want to look at the low. The last place is sold to it happened before it started retracing. So the high of the range. And this is 0. You can mark 0. This is the high of the range. Yeah, this is high of the range. So, and what the price do? The first thing that price did, first of all, it came to 0.7, and later it came to 0.8. Let me add 0.8. 0.8. Let me remove this. All right. So, okay. Okay, yeah, let me remove this. Also add 1. 0.6. Okay. That's it. It's 10 lines. Perfect. It's okay. All right. So when this happens, so first of all, Let me redo it again. Why did I say that market will sell? First of all, what do I need to see before I say market will sell? Before I start looking for sell, it broke these lows. SBR. It broke these lows. The moment it broke this, in fact, the moment it broke this one, it confirmed that it will sell. It continued to, so it has already done SBR here. It has done it here, but it continued. And then it got to this low. So, let me mark this. So this, where the sell started, where the reverse, the sell stopped and reverse has started is where the range ended. So this is the full range. So first of all, price came to 0.7, so it came to 0.8 and it sold. And it came down to your target. The objective target is this low. Your SL is this high. And it's not even far. And this pair, I like it because it's not expensive. Lot size 1, 100 piece on lot size 1. If you lose it, you lose. If you lose a trade of 100 piece on lot size 1, you're losing only $10. If you lose a trade, their lowest lot size is lot size 0.5. If you lose a trade of 100 pips, you are losing only $5. And 100 piece is, let's say you entered here, 2512. 100 piece is 2522, which means you can still put your SL at 0.5. If you lose this trade, you are losing only $5. So you can, if you enter 0.5 and come out here, you have made massive amount of money, even at 0.5. So, and that's the first one that played out. Liquidity gap. So let's look at the second one. This one played out, but I want to find out if there was a liquidity gap. And there was a liquidity gap. It is not so clear, but there was. So let me also mark this. And why will I say that market will sell here? Because these red candles broke this low, letting us know that it is SBR. So resistance becomes support. So, like I said, you mark your range again. So let me mark the range. So this is the high of the range. And this is, okay, this is the low of the range. Okay, this particular range, this is the high. This is the low actually of this particular range. Okay. Let me move this. So if you're using this, yeah, so this is where it broke it. This one is a simple SBR. So let me mark this. It broke it here actually. It just a simple one, broke a candle. So let me mark that. This is the high of the range, and this is the low of the range. And what did price do? Price came to 0.7 and it sold. And this was a massive sell. Sold from there 2507 to 2539. The same thing happened again. Liquidity gap, the first thing you need to see. This one is very clear, liquidity gap. So, and then break SBR. It happens on this pair like water. So the 4-hour candle broke below the low. So you now mark your range on 4-hour. This thing may look small because it's 4-hour, but if you come to 1 hour, it's actually big. So you mark. So this is the high of the range. This is the low of the range. And what did price do? Price came to 0.7. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? Yeah, all right. So it came to 0.7. So your SL should be here, and your objective target is the low of the range. If you now want to keep selling, there's no, that one is, but the market has already given you based on the strategy. And even if you want to go to lower time frame to look for any entry, it should be still in that 0.6 that you should look for entry. So this is the premium zone. This allows you. So the problem that people have is that when market does engulfing, they start looking for sell here. If you look for sell here, you get market will hit you out. You should be looking for sell at a premium zone. And the premium zone start from 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. That's it. Well, price mainly comes to 0.6, 0.7. In most cases, it may still come back here, but it will not, if your SL is above there, it will not take you out. Especially when you follow the rule. There must be a liquidity graph. There must be. And let me show you the one that is shocking. Let me show you the one that is shocking. Because there is a simple range and there's a small range. So what did price do here? Okay. This one played out, but we will not use it because there's no liquidity graph. If I'm to mark this, because it broke this low, so it's very clear. And this is the low of the range. And price came to 0.6 and sold. But based on that, and someone, a risk taker can take this trade, but this is why I will not take it, is why there was no liquidity graph. This red candle, are you seeing this? The red candle was supposed to sweep. The red candle that was supposed to sweep the distance. But however, there's actually a liquidity graph. There was a sweep actually. So it's still correct. This 4-hour candle actually swept this. And that was what started the sell. Because after it swept it, this one came and broke below, and then so it still works. So even in this, if you mark the range, it came to 0.6 and sold. It came to 0.6 and sold. Now let's look at the buyer. Why the buy happened? There's even a buy that will happen around here if price does not take this low. So let's look at this. So the same thing, it broke above and did the same. But let me check the range. And there was a liquidity graph. Now, this one came to 0.5. It almost touched 0.6, and you just ignore it. You will just ignore it. As it takes its trade at 0.5, you just ignore it because a market will give you another opportunity. Now, let's look at this. A market gave you another opportunity. So let me mark this. And this one is clearer. You have a lot of sell candles here. Market was selling here. RBS. Anytime market comes here, it will sell anytime. And then you have this green candle. First of all, there was a liquidity graph here. It swept this. And after the liquidity graph, market now broke above the body of a candle. And so let's mark the range. Where did the buy stop before retracement here? So you are looking for where to enter the buy, the actual place you should enter the buy. Something. So this is the high of the range, this is the low of the range. Yes. And price came to 0.7, between 0.6 and 0.7, 0.6, and that was where the buy started. And if you think that is not enough for you, the same thing happened again here. This is a simple RBS. Price closed above the body of a candle here. And after price close above the body of a candle, you mark the range. So let me mark the range. And you mark the zone where you should wait for your buy. And there was a liquidity graph, so you mark the zone. So price came to 0.6 and bought. And you should put your SL here. Normally, the optimal place to put this is your target here. The objective target is here. But if you know the market is bullish, if you have a more awareness of where the market is going, you can just leave it. And it did. But market will always give you opportunity. The best RR is 1:2, 1:3. The best RR, if you don't want to be, if you want to be having consistent profit, 1:2, I have a friend, which may even be here. 1:2, 1:3 is what I trade. And what did the price do again? It gave you another setup. So here, market broke above the bottom of a candle again. So when market is bullish, it will keep breaking resistance and keep respecting support zones. So it broke that resistance. So you should not enter by here. You see that people that entered by here, market took them out, and they will say that that December the is manipulating. The is not manipulating anybody. So look at the low of the range here. And look at the high of the range. A market came to 0.7 attack. How do you, okay, let's say you want to be much more concise. You want to know what you need to see even on lower time frame. Let's say even as you are trading here, you want to know what you need to see before you now enter in this zone. So if you mark here, you go to 15 minutes, it's still this liquidity graph that you need to see in 15 minutes. You need to see a liquidity graph in 15 minutes. So this is, so let me remove this Fibonacci. So if we go to 13 December at this particular zone, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, anywhere you see it, is where you should enter. I'm heading there. So this is the zone. This was when market came to the zone. And what are you looking for? Let's say you want, Sabige has a confirmation on, after Sabige marks a structure on 1 hour and enters on 5 minutes, 15 minutes. But I will encourage you to mark your structure on 4 hours. All right, you mark your structure. So what are you looking for? The exact liquidity swap. You want to see a 15 minutes candle sweep with the wick, sweep another 15 minutes candle with a wick. You want to see it on 15 minutes and you just enter. And you put your SL at the low of that 4 hour range. And you target that 4 hour high. So this is what you want to see. And that was the moment it happened, the buy, the sell stopped. And that's it. Even if it continues, you will still be protected because already the market has confirmed that it is buying. Even if market continues, it will still go your way. It will still go your way. It's everywhere on this Street 5. So let me mark this one as well. Market closed below this. This is when market confirmed that it was selling. Market closed below this is confirming SBR. And so you should wait. So you mark your range. So, and this candle swept all of them. So mark your range. This is the high and low of the range. So you should wait for, so market came to 0.7 Fibonacci and your SL is here and your target here and market gave you that. It's everywhere on this pair. It's everywhere on this pair. It's everywhere. Broke below. It's everywhere. So let me go to one of my favorite pairs as well, this 100. So this 100. So if you want to know the bias of this 100, ask yourself, what is it breaking? Is it respecting support or resistance? And this 100 is generally bearish. On 24 hours is bearish. So if we go to 24 hours, I will show you it's been very, very bearish. And we're testing SBR on daily. So look at this. It's been breaking support zones, breaking support zone. It will retest, breaking support zones. And it sold massively again. It's trying to retest another zone. So on 4 hours, it did a lot of buy to retest the zone, and it came to this place. So the question now is, when should I enter sell? What do I need to see before I enter sell? I look at what I saw before I entered a sell. And I took a trade around here. So the same thing that I told you, liquidity grab. When price does this, it has grabbed liquidity here. It's no longer coming here. Right? Because price is always trying to seek liquidity and rebalance imbalance. So price has grabbed liquidity. And then this power can do close below. This is SBR. So somebody is still entering by this time. So this power can do close below. So you mark your range. So let me mark my range. So this is the range. And what the price we came to 0.6. And so your SL is here. And then your objective target is here. And it came to this zone. And as if that is not enough, he gave another one here. But this one did not get to 0.6. And then I took the trade I took is the one here. So everywhere. Let me test the one that everyone knows, VIS10. So VIS10 has been bullish. So if you come to the chart, you see it's generally bearish, but current bias is that it's bullish. It started buying and it's taking out resistance zones and respecting support zones. Buying, it has been bullish, but right now the here price action is a bit confusing. I will not do anything here. But when VIS10 was buying, this was what I saw. So what happened here? Market was selling, and then we came here, and first of all, I'll look at this liquidity graph. So there was a sweep here, and after that sweep, price eventually broke above with the bottom of a candle. So let me mark this. And I like when price breaks clearly with the body of a candle, when there's no confusion. I like when there's no confusion. So I will mark the range. So this is the high of the range, and this is the low of the range. This is where you use it for buy. That's what I don't want to add so many 0.3, 0.2, but if you mark it, just make sure that you get the one that at the premium or demand zone, you're getting that 0.6 side. So I'll have to mark it from here. So what happened? After price confirmed that it's buying, it came down to 0.6, but came to 0.8, but and it met target here. So your SL is here. And not just that, the same thing happened again. Price came here, broke above the support. Price came here, broke above this resistance, did another RBS. Resistance becomes support. So you mark your range. And I like this because there's a liquidity grab. This candle swept all of these candles, meaning that market has grabbed liquidity here. So you mark your range. So this is the range. Okay, no, this is the current, this is the low, and this is the high. This is the high. So now for this one, even though it played out, it did not meet your criteria. It didn't meet our criteria. It didn't come to 0.6. So you just leave it, basically. It came to 0.5. And 0.5 is not its discount level. You want to buy at a discount zone. You leave it. You wait for market. Market will give you another opportunity. Market will give you another opportunity. However, it works well on is everywhere, even on this. So the same thing happened here. So let's mark this. Market broke above here with the body of a candle. So you mark the range. So let me mark it. And there's a sharp liquidity grab here. So if I mark it, this is the high of the range. it just tapped 0.6. It tapped 0.6, and this is your objective target here. So from 5492 to 5529, you can decide to come out here. So this is the range high. You need to know how to mark the range. So as I'm giving all these examples, you are seeing how to mark a range. And this is a shocking example. So here, for this particular range, market broke above this. So let me mark it. Some of them, it may take days, but it will come there. And market must always play, no matter the bias of the market or whatever you take the bias, market will always respect this. It will play out first before any other thing. So it broke above this resistance, because this is MNSR. If you read the book, you will see it. And any market that will buy, the first rule in MNSR, if you read the book, any market that will buy will first of all start by selling. And any market that will sell will first of all start by buying. Why? There's a AVG, fair value gap. Anytime market does this, breaks above the body of a candle, so market will come back. So if market is going to buy, it will first of all come back to that place and tap that liquidity, and then it will buy from there. So this was where market did break above here, but this was where it finally broke above. So I'll still mark this. So if you now want to mark this full range, this is how you mark it. So from here to here. And what happened? This was on 4th December. And what happened? On 8th December, market came to 0.8, 0.6, 0.8. So your SL is here, and you target here. And this was when it made the target. Or if you get 1:2, 1:3, it came out, it gave you 1:2, 1:3 here. It bought from 5449 to 550. This is more than 1:3. This is massive. Because this is a very big range. This is a very big range. So you can even come out here. So it's everywhere. All right. I can answer some of your questions.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
The way you mark some of your SBR and your RBS is quite confusing. I understand some, those like basic ones, but then the first example you gave us on EUUSD, where you marked your SBR, how do you confirm your support before it becomes SBR? How do you confirm that this is support? Because I saw only one candle wick. It's just one candle wick, and you marked it SBR. The first example you gave us on EUUSD.
All right. The first example I gave was this one. This is the first example I gave.
Yeah.
Here, right? The first
Yeah,
example
15
here.
minutes.
Yes. Okay.
You're on the 15 minutes.
Exactly. Yes, because there's a liquidity graph here. So what did price do here? Market was buying, price did a liquidity graph. And this was where, so let me explain this. This was where it broke below the body of a candle, this particular candle. So let me mark this.
Exactly. This place you marked.
Exactly.
I don't understand how that became your support. That particular, this one candle wick.
SBR is a support zone. Okay, why is it a support zone?
Why is it a support zone?
A good question. Because even market was using it to buy. Market, at a point, the market, the 4-hour candles were using this zone to buy. It bought from here, bought from here, bought from here. So anytime, if a 4-hour candle closed below just even one candle, Like a 4-hour candle is already a support. A 4-hour buy candle is already
Okay.
if a candle closes, even if it is one that closes below it, already SBR has happened. But now because of these weeks before SBR will happen, you need a candle that will close below all of them, especially all of them. You need a candle that will close below all of them
Okay,
before
I
you now say, okay.
understand.
So the moment you did that, you mark your range. This is the current range, and then you wait for price to come back to your premium zone. And this is where 0.6, 0.7, that's where you wait for your entry. The same thing happened. This was where you finally broke it. This one did not break it. In this range to this range, this candle did not break it, but this was a candle that broke below the low. So if you mark it, price came back to that zone. The same thing happened. You have a support here. So support is dynamic. Support zones are dynamic, they change. So price may use a particular place for support for the next 24 hours. So for the next 18 hours, price was using this zone as support. It was buying here, buying here, buying here. And then you have this 4-hour candle that closed below, making this price a resistance key level, a SBR, support because resistance. And there's a liquidity grab here. And what happened? But you will not sell here. So you still wait for price to come to your zone and you sell. The same liquidity grab, you need if you are looking for extra confirmation, you get it on 15 minutes and then you sell. But this is where you should sell. And then this is the target, and it has got you to the target. Any other question? I didn't know that price has this thing has gone very, very. Any other question?
Evening. I have a question. I have a question.
Okay.
All right, talking about now using the forex pairs now. Does this apply or does this work when
It applies
there's
when there is
there's a new news in the markets?
First of all, is there where I can extend this time? It's only 7 minutes. Let me to get this one. Is there where I can extend the time?
Just continue.
You can just,
Okay,
so
continue.
like I was saying,
Continue your question.
Okay, a news in the market when it comes to the forex pair, or let me say even crypto pairs, because this news we all know that it affects the markets. And when there's a base currency, I mean there's a code currency and a base currency, like a new so this now means it affects particular pair. Take for example Euro USD or GBP USD. So whenever this news whenever this news is going to come out, are we supposed to stay off the chart, or we can use the news to advantage using this strategy?
When the price gives you when price gives you this, when price breaks below low, it's going to sell. Let's say news came, there may be a news that let's say when price here, there may be news that will now even come and bring it up to even where you should enter yourself. So news actually drives liquidity. Without news, market will be dry, liquidity below. That was why during the time of US shutdown, the market was dry, and without news, market will not even be respecting key levels. So news actually brings price faster to your zone. News brings faster to your zone, and USD is a stable pair. Where news, but where you should not trade news is where you don't have a strategy and you are just trying to enter news when when they want to announce you want to enter news because you saw that the news is against dollar, so you want to sell EU and you enter immediately. No, don't trade news that way. Don't even trade news. Just follow your analysis and price will respect your analysis. You can say, but you don't enter 5 minutes before the news. Don't enter 5 minutes before the news. When your analysis show up, through your analysis, it will prepare. Where we say that news sometimes may disturb is if you are trading gold, let's say USD. When Trump will make a tweet, especially against China, it can just make gold is very sensitive. It can just make price to just shoot and move. But technically, news does not affect if you mark your price well. Where people panic is when they don't have a strategy, when they don't understand the way price move. They panic because of news. But normally news will even drive price faster. even if you enter the right strategy and maybe news makes the price to do retracement, it will still not hit you out. So news actually takes most price from liquidity to liquidity. So that,
Mr. Ebuka,
All right,
yes.
thank you.
thank you very much for the class. I want to know, let's say now, for those of us like who are entirely new to this, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Wait.
Okay. So let's say now, let's say I'm entirely new to the chart, like a top-down analysis. What do I first do when I open the charts? When I
Okay, first
open
of
the
all, you need
chart,
to
what
know,
do I
yes,
first do before I begin to follow this strategy?
yes, the first thing you need to do is to find out the current bias of the market on
Okay,
4
following
hours.
what you have taught.
Yes, exactly what I thought. You need to find out whether price is breaking resistance or whether price is breaking support on 4 hours time
Okay.
frame. And so you know the current bias of the market. You need to know if SBR or SBR has happened and where price is retracing back to. You don't just jump into the market. If it is forex pair, you can check the bias of the market on monthly, maybe to know general bias. And I said, if you close above with a body, it is bullish. Below with a body is bearish. Weekly, the same thing. But if you want to trade, you want to know you want to take a trade that week, knowing the where you find the current bias of the market is on 4 hours time frame and on daily time frame. So you look at where price is breaking. Is it breaking support zones or is it breaking? For example, EU is bullish, but right now the current bias, what we are seeing is that it is breaking support zone. It will retest to resistance zone and sell. Break support zone, retest to resistance zone and sell. Did it again. So it has done it 3 times in 1 week. Break support zone, retest to resistance zone and sell because it's coming here. It's coming to this place to retest. It's coming around this place to retest, and then it will buy. It is still bullish. It is still bullish. But if you try to sell, if you try to buy EU now, you will lose. No strategy works in counter. No strategy works. Don't trade counter. Counter is when you are trading against the current bias of the market. When market is selling and you are buying, there's no strategy that works. And this is not a new strategy. This is not my strategy. This is SBR. This is just a way to refine it. You've heard about premium zone. You've heard about discount zone. This is just a way to refine it so that you know exactly where to enter. The next section
Okay, sir.
we are going to talk about lower time frame entry. We're going to talk about
Okay,
lower
sir.
time frame. Yes.
So, sorry, based on what you taught today now, we can only enter this market on a 4 hours time frame.
You mark your structure on 4 hours. Yes, you can enter directly on 4 hours, or when price comes to that particular zone, to your 0.6, 0.7, you mark it, and then you go down to 15 minutes and wait for liquidity grab, wait for a sweep. When the sweep happens, you enter, and you still put your SL at the high of the range, the low of the range, and then you target your objective target. So you can still enter on 15 minutes from 4 hours. You can
Okay.
still enter 15 minutes, or you can enter directly on 4 hours. The most important thing is price must come to your zone before you enter the trade. If you're looking for extra confirmation, you go down to 15 minutes. Like Sabi Girl goes down to 5 minutes. Let's say on 5 minutes, you see any of your confirmations, Harami. If you see Harami, you can also enter. But I enter with that sweep. So if you see that sweep for 5 minutes in that zone, you can enter. If you see it on 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you enter. People have their confirmations. People have
Okay,
their
thank you, sir.
confirmations.
I will
Yes.
just go and read that PDF you sent because I think I've not really studied that book.
That PDF, but that PDF. The thing is, a lot of people can read that PDF and they may still not understand it.
Because
That
looking at
PDF.
the way you mark your support and resistance is quite different.
Yes, support and resistance is dynamic. And when you see RBS, SBR, I wish I could open it. I posted it in the group. So you would think the first time I saw it, I thought that it is just 3 candles. You have 1 candle, and then you have 2 candles, and 1 candle broke above, and then the next candle will just come and retest. No, it can be a zone. It can happen within a week. It can happen. You just need to know where price will retest. Some people call it break and retest, but where the reclamation, Sabige taught reclamation, This is it. This is part of it. Reclamation this is price coming to reclaim. And some people will say a flip zone. It's still part of what Sabi get taught, because for now, look at where price sold from at a flip zone. Are you guys hearing me? Shall you people watch the reclamation video? Shall you watch the reclamation video?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
Sabige, we call this a flip zone. You could see this. So it's even what Sabige. So it broke below, and where it sold from at that 0.6 is a flip zone. This is a flip zone. Sabige called. This is what she calls a flip. This is reclamation. This is what she calls reclamation. This is what she calls reclamation. But those things are complicated. You know, I asked the Holy Spirit to show me exactly how to understand this in a very simple way. And it's your Fibonacci that will show you exactly. So your Fibonacci that will show you exactly. So we came here to the reclamation zone to increase, but your Fibonacci 0.6, 0.5. Okay, I could see that we are still continuing. Zoom you are not doing what they were doing before, where they will just end your section. So this is also one of the pairs that I love, and this was what price did. You could see that RBS can also happen when you just have one candle that broke below. This is SBR. It broke below the low, confirming that market is selling. But I will not enter this trade. It's up
because there was no liquidity grab.
Exactly. There was no liquidity grab. And if there's no liquidity grab, price can take you out. Liquidity grab. So there's no liquidity. So it means that this zone is not protected. This zone, yeah, it's sold, but this zone is not protected. Don't in trading, don't wait to be the exception. If you disobey your rule and win, market will deal with you. If you disobey your rule and win, market will don't wait. So there's no liquidity grab. So I will not enter this trade. And this is the one I will enter, the one that even paid out today. So let me show you why. And this is a trade that I also was looking at, and let me show you why it paid out.
No wonder
Already, you
this
guys,
thing bought. I was trying
yes.
to sell and you bought today.
Now that you know this, your loss. I told you guys
No
your losses will stop.
wonder.
As I'm marking it, you can see it already. You can already see what I am marking.
Yes.
And this is what? This is what?
The range low.
This is the range low. And what again? What do I call this? Can another person
Liquidity
answer?
grab.
Liquidity grab.
All right, so let's mark this. So where's the high of the range? This is the high of the range, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is the low of the range. This was where market was, of course, market was selling. This is a resistance zone. And I like where a 4 hour candle close above the body
With
convincingly.
the body of the candle.
Yes, with the body convincingly. This one was convincing. And many people were buying here and they were hitting SL. So what do you need to do? You mark your range, because this is how you trade your profit.
Sharp.
So let me mark this. So this is reclamation, this is flip zone, all of this is, and I will show you that price use the flip zone even in that zone. And what, so you see, so price came back to this zone. This is 0.7. This 0. So you put your SL here, and what happened? Right. So there are many flip zones here. There's a flip zone here. So basically, price came, and already here is protected. So you enter here.
It's like
And
another
what is
one
the
is
target?
forming.
And yes, now that one is forming. Your target is here. And yes, you can see the guy is sharp. So price broke. Okay. Yes.
And there's a sweep.
This candle, there's already a sweep. Yes, another one is formed. There's already a sweep. And I want the one that will be convincing. I want price to break above with the body
of the
of the
candle.
candle. Yes. I don't want to assume. I don't want to use this one. So I want price to break above the body of the candle, and then you can wait for it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be watching that one self this period now.
EU USD JPY is bullish both generally and currently. It has become bullish.
Yes.
Before it
The
was
same thing
bearish,
with
but
CAD
this thing that
JPY
happened. Yeah, so let's call to CAD
and all the
JPY.
JPY pairs. Same thing.
Yes, all the JPY.
CAD JPY, USD JPY, they are bullish. And I was trying to sell today.
And what did CAP JPY do? Almost the same thing too. So look at the range. Okay, did he do a liquidity grab? He did a slight liquidity grab. He broke above here with the bottom of a candle. So you should wait for buy. And this buy just picked up now. This is RBS. So you mark your range. No. So you mark range. And this came to 0.8. So your SL is here. It came to 0.8, and that was where it peaked. Started buying. See, that was where it peaked and started buying. But and there's an interesting one that happened. This one. So you have this 4-hour candle that broke above the bottom of a candle. So let me mark it. When market was selling, this one finally broke above convincingly with the bottom of a candle. But it did not do liquidity grab. But it prayed that it didn't do liquidity grab. I won't have entered this trade. But it prayed out. It came to 0.6 and bought, but I will not have entered. It didn't do liquidity grab.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
When the market comes to that your 0.6 or 0.8, do you wait for the 4-hour candle that is entering there to form and then enter from the next 4-hour candle?
Yes, you must always wait for the 4-hour candle to close.
Okay.
The 4-hour candle must close. You must always wait for 4-hour candle to close to know what the candle has done. You must always wait. But yes, okay, when market enters that zone, the moment market has entered that zone, go to some people can enter because market has entered. Some people can just enter aggressively. You know, there are two types of traders: aggressive traders and conservative traders.
Yes, sir.
Aggressive traders are those that just enter direct when market comes to their zone. Conservative traders are those that look for extra confirmation. So you can go down to 15 minutes time frame and then wait for this liquidity graph to happen and let 15 minutes candle close. After it has happened, then you enter.
Okay.
Yes,
But
you put your SL.
But so say you go down to 15 minutes for confirmation, and then the liquidity sweep happens, the candle closes above, so SBR or RBS below.
Yes.
Are you still putting your stop loss?
Yes, you put your stop loss
below
at the
that
4 hour.
4-hour.
Yes, not the 15 minutes on, the 4
Not
hour.
the 15, because I'm
Yes,
thinking that 15-minute one can stop you out quick.
Yes, it will stop you out. It's actually you are trading on 4 hours. It's just that you entered on 15 minutes. There is what they call correlation time frames. 4 hours. 15 minutes is the correlation time frame of 4 hours. So the most experienced traders, day traders, they enter or they confirm structure of 4 hours. They enter on but they enter on 15 minutes. That's why they say 15 minutes is the time frame for entry. 15 minutes is the best time frame for entry. So you enter on 15 minutes, but your SL and everything, your target is 4 hours.
Makes sense.
So
Thank you.
15 minutes is not another time. 15 minutes is the correlation time frame of 4 hours. So this pair has been bearish and just suddenly did a series of RBS. It's trying to become bullish. It's trying to become bullish. This is USD CAD. This is USD CAD. So you will see that it did not happen here. You can see that price did not. So I won't have entered this. I like where it broke below convincingly. It did not break below convincingly. There was no cancel. It came here and came here. So there was no candle. The price action here is not convincing. The price action here. So I will not even trade this pair, in this zone. There will be a time when there will be a time when price action is convincing. So this pair. There'll be a time when price. So, but the pairs that you respect very well, EU, GBP, USD, and let's go to gold.
Sorry, please excuse.
So this is gold. So gold is bearish. it's just going to come to retest at a price here. But let's look at where gold was bullish. So you can see here, gold closed above here to the bottom of a candle. So let me mark this. So, and look at this liquidity. This candle swept this. So, and then this candle broke above. So let me mark that. Just that I don't trade gold. I used to trade gold before, but so that's the high of the range. So price came back.
Excuse me, sir. For the range low,
Yes,
can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Say for the range low, the green candle did not break below the red candle now.
Look at it now. I marked where it broke above. I mean, buy. This is for buy. This green candle broke above this red candle.
Okay.
He's talking about the liquidity graph.
Okay,
I'm
the
talking about
liquidity graph.
the
Okay,
liquidity
yes,
graph,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Yes. It's true. I would have said this, although this one swept, but it's always good when this one, the one that started it, is the one that swept.
Look at the
Like
next
this.
one.
But
So let me mark
so,
this. Let me mark
but I'm thinking because I mean if you go to the lower time frame, I feel like that red liquidity grab will still be valid.
Yes, but don't go to what time frame to check it. If it's not on 4 hours, leave it.
Okay.
You will get another setup. So this one, so let me use the one that is very clear. If the price action is vague, the setup is vague, don't enter.
Yeah.
So I have this one swept, broke above. So let's mark the range. So that's the range. Came to 0.6 and it's been buying since then. And this is your objective target. This is your stop loss. So yeah, this one worked. So good, of course.
That means we can also use this to stack on the lower time frame.
Yes. If you the thing is, I'm giving all of you an assignment, 5 pairs.
Okay,
Give me
sir.
5 chart examples of this on 5 different pairs. Five examples each, where you see RBS
Okay.
setup, SBR setup, where you mark everything correctly, and price came to 0.6, 0.7. Just set your Fibonacci tool, because you may set it will go the other side. So this one, of course, this one broke above the bottom of the candle, so I don't need to mark it. Then there's liquidity grab here. So let me mark. And what did gold do? So for gold, for those that are trading gold, I said it in the morning, enter at 0.7 because gold is expensive. But if you still want to enter at 0.6, fine, but enter 0.7 because gold always comes back to 0.7. And of course, your SI should be below here. Your SI should be below here at the 17, and then your target is here. And of
But
course,
sir, I have a question. Let's say the market is already moving in your direction. Can you adjust your stop loss? Can you tighten your stop loss?
if you gain confidence in the setup, the more you gain, yeah, you can. With experience, not without experience. With experience.
Okay.
When market, and the only time I will say you tighten your stop loss is when market has done another. Let's say if it is a buy market, it has done another RBS, making the previous zone protected. So it's no longer going to come to the previous zone. That's where you can adjust your stop loss.
Okay.
And how people stack the stacking that Savige is talking about. Anytime there is, let me show you guys how people stack EU. So for people that are taking maybe long trades, anytime that market is doing, if it is buy, for example. So anytime market does RBS, when the first time market did RBS, they bought here. The second time market did RBS, they bought here. The third time market did RBS. So that's how you stack the bought here. So when market does RBS in a buy, you wait for where market will retrace to, you enter by there. When market gets to when
Okay.
market does RBS again, you wait for where to 0.62, where market will be traced to, you buy there. But for me, what I do is I just market will do the RBS, take me to my objective target. I come out, it will do another RBS. I will enter the retracement. It will take me to my so. But swing traders that are stacking, this is how they stack.
Okay.
Sorry, see where your mouse is now. Would you enter so if you move to just before so see the green and red candle just before before November 27. If you come
27th of
down,
November. Yes.
yeah. So see
Okay, the
that
buy.
other red so that the next one, the next low.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
So that's a sweep there.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So I
exactly.
know
And it
that
failed
green
that.
candle did not break, but up there's another green candle that
There's a
broke.
break. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Eventually
you
there was a
consider that
break.
as a break, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. Eventually
Okay,
broke
okay.
and it came. So if I mark it, so we mark it, and there was a repeated graph, yes.
Okay.
So you wait
Makes
for price
sense,
to
makes
come
sense.
here. Yes, yes, yes. Wait for price. So price came here. And sometimes if price comes to 0.8, it means that there is a fair value gap there.
That I want
There
to
was a
pay.
fair value. Yes, there was a fair value gap, maybe on the daily. Otherwise, it will. So price always goes to where there is a fair value gap. That price always goes to where there is a fair value gap. The one that shocked me the most about this is this. Let me show you the one that shocked me the most. Where price was seeking a fair value gap. So let me on my fair value gap. You see this fair value gap
Also,
here? Right?
this your indicator. You show us how to use it.
Nefusan indicator on your fair value gap. That's all.
Okay.
Nefusan indicator. Don't use other indicators. Indicators are not needed in chart. Naked chart is what you want. So market broke above. This is a long range. Market broke above, did RBS, it broke here, broke here. So, and it started with a liquidity graph. Yes, it started with a liquidity graph. So this time around, people were asking whether market will keep selling. Market will keep selling. But because you know about this, you mark your range. And what happened was shocking. Because there was a fair value gap here. Do you know this price came here just to tap the fair value gap? Started buying. So your SL is here. And if you are in the trade, maybe you could see, so there are small ranges, there are bigger ranges, there are longer ranges. This one happened on 5th of November and it tested on 21st of November. In market, you wait for your setup as long as it takes. And
$5 million profits.
My rule is don't bend to the will of the market. If you try to bend to the will of the market will crush you. Wait until market bends to your will and give you the setup that matches exactly and gives you exactly your setup 100%. Even if it is 2 trades a week. With this thing, of course, market does RBS and SBR all the time. So, but you'll be rejecting a lot of them. But you will get at least 2 quality ones if you are trading maybe 2 or 3 pairs every week. So even if it is 2 trades a week or 3 trades a month or in a month, you will at least you get the high quality ones.
It's something that with 2 accounts.
Don't take B plus setup. The B plus setup is where there was no liquidity graph. Those ones price sometimes it will come back there and do the liquidity graph, hit people out before it start buying.
For me, self, one is enough. With my 3 accounts, I'm okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that was, and the EU did it again here, but it did not get to the target. But so you have to know the bias of the market. Here, market was selling, so you should not buy. You could see market was breaking support. And so what was working here, you could see price broke below and sold from here. It broke here, sold from here. So and when you started buying, same thing. So you need to always know the bias. And EU, if EU comes, there was even, look at where I was even marking that Twitter. If EU comes around here, it's going to now, if it does not retest, it's going to start. So how do you even know when market has started buying? Is this RBS? So you have to be willing to be flexible with your buyers. When market, for example, here everybody was expecting the market will keep selling, but when market does this RBS, just know that market has confirmed that it will buy. You mark your zone and wait from where to enter. Don't have a fixed bias and say market must sell to this zone. Market, your father is not the owner of the market. When market finally gives you his bias, respect it and get your objective target. Always use objective target. 1:3, 1:2 is the best RR. I'm telling you the truth. There's no profitable trader, no experienced trader that will say that I'm lying. Even Das, I learned it from Das. Das was trading 1:10 before and he was losing a lot of money. He said he reached out to profitable traders and they told him that they were trading 1:2, 1:3, 1:1. Throughout
Yes.
this
So
year, go and check it.
Sabige said
Throughout this
one.
year,
Sabige even
yes,
said 1:1 for some people.
yes. This year, that say he traded only 1:2. He traded only 1:2, and he was totally profitable. With any funny move, market will do it after 1:3, after giving 1:3. Market always retraces as 50% of the zone. We're going to have a section on risk management, and I'll talk to you guys more about it. So don't be greedy, but of course, market always gives you the objective target. So that's it. Any other question before we close? I think we've had enough.
Sir, I don't know if that our Telegram group, if you can open it for conversation, because I said that it was locked today.
Conversation.
Yes, like if you can open it so we can chat today or
It's more of a
something.
channel, but there will be a time for conversation. Yeah, during our chats, we'll talk. We'll be reviewing trades also, and you can ask questions. And we can talk and all of that. There will be a time for conversation as well.
Okay.
So I believe that this is clear for everyone. I will be ending this soon.
Thank you very much, sir.
It was
Thank you.
Clear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I believe if we watch over and over and over again, everybody will get it clear.
Please, your assignment 5 different pairs and give me 5 examples of RBS setup and where price did the break and it came back.
We'll send the assignment to you to your direct Telegram.
Yes, send it to me on Telegram. Give me 5. Please, by tomorrow morning, send yours to me. Bye everyone.
Okay, thank you very much.